Well, hi guys, Justin here. Well, guys and gals. Justin here, welcome to Farm 26. And so last night I was sitting in the chair and I said, there's just something about the rods and pistons I didn't like, and I couldn't put my finger on it exactly. And it was kind of bugging me because I couldn't spot it. Not off the top of my head. I knew I seen something, but I didn't know exactly. So today I went, well, let's dig into this a little bit. And it only took me putting these pistons up here to realize what I had completely seen. And now I'm thinking, what am I going to do about it? So these three that are swung this way are matching. This one's different from everything. This one's different from everything. And this one, well, it's the same part number. The cap is backwards. The whole rod is backwards. It's machined backwards. You turn it this way, it runs all the same, but it's machined backwards. So, really, what we have is that's a completely separate, and I'm pretty sure one of these is, and maybe both of them are aftermarket and different aftermarket. Just looking for some mark on it. Looking for some where it says something completely different. Yeah, this one says absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I kind of got a feeling these four are actually a set. These two are God knows what. And we're going to take them apart and we're going to do some real investigating. I'll show you what comes of it. I like to know what I've got in there. Alright, we're going to start with Mr. Creator here. Actually, you know what? No. We're going to start with one that we can read. We're going to start with number 1. I'm going to just set them in here. Forgot my rag. And grab another rag. And I'm going to clean off the top and see what we actually see. Okay, so they do have an arrow going forward. Does have a part number F161 168. Okay. Actually, you know what I should do? Just a little slobber of that. Wipe them down good. And we're going to write number 1 on there. Number 1. And I got my snap ring pliers put together wrong. I know you can't really see it, but it's just a circlip. It's not. Nothing too crazy. See, trouble is I can't see neither. There. Flip them over. You should And he does. He's pressing out real nice and stiff, which is a good thing. Oh man, I am gonna have to get a brass punch. I'll be right back. It's handy. I'm gonna use brass. I just, he's tight enough where there must be just a smidge of something in there. Now I'm only on the pin. And my guess would be that if you cleaned him out, he's not a press fit. And I bet you he'd slide right back in real easy. Well, we're almost there. Is that the rod free? That's the rod free. I do have him labeled. And give this a quick wipe. I'm going to show you guys. There is some wear. Trying to get you in good light. He don't look too bad though. But anyway, there's rod one. And I am going to assemble him back together. And the reason being is with these times, I am going to store these. Not that I know 6 is garbage. But I made a few phone calls yesterday, and some of the things that were available on these Fords, and it's been more and more, it's getting kind of ridiculous. Okay, well, with our rod, we're going to weigh him. Weigh and record. So, on. Let's try the real on. And we're gonna go to units, ounces. 0.38 on that nut. 0.38 on that nut. So, again, I need a piece of paper. I'll be right back. Essentially what we're going to do here is create some bob weights. And I'm trying to figure out if I got a good set of rods or not. Rod one. Rod one, we got nuts and 0.76 ounce. And I know someone's going to say, oh, you got to do a metric or whatever. This really doesn't matter. This is all the same. 0.38 each. Okay. There's our nuts. Let's show our bearing out. Gonna wipe the crap off him. That's all we're gonna do is wipe the stuff off him. What's our cap weigh? 1755. Okay, Now our bolts are pressed in, and so is our bushing, so we're not going to worry about them. We're just going to wipe clean what we can, and hopefully our scale doesn't mind that the table's different sized. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try this. Okay, 5917. We're going to try and get him a little more on the... Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I got to figure some other way to get the rod on. 3.7, so we're good there. Okay, give me a second. I gotta make something better. So, and I know you guys can't see this real well, but if I turn the rod, it's repeatable. And the rod itself is 5915. Okay. Then just for the fun of it, let's see if I can get a good measurement here. That's just the rod centered. 7744. $77.44. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Every rod. And I'm going to try and get you guys in a little better situation. So, I saved this piston for you, wiped it out, and I'll try and get you in there. If you recognize who actually made that piston, there's the other side. I'd like to know. I am going to slide the pin. I'm not sure if these are OEM or aftermarket. That's the only mark I see, and I don't recognize that. I couldn't tell you if it is C&H's supplier now or not. There's been so many changes with the corporation that it's hard to, well, I don't keep track. I don't. All right, and I'll grab you the top of this piston because you can't see nothing on number 1 or number 6. So I'll grab you number 1. Give it all a good wipe. Try not to remove my number too much. Okay. There's our part number, and trying to find our arrow. He's right there. That's how they've marked front. The only other marking I have is that A right there. I'm pretty sure it's an A. Yeah, if anyone knows, it very well could be, it could really go a lot of different ways. Yeah. Well, anyways, so I don't have my numbers ready for you, and I am going to sit down and go through them. But I thought I'd do just another quick visual at what we have here. So this is one of the rods that I thought was aftermarket, but the rod itself is marked Ford, and I'll have to compare that part number. This one is one of the ones that I think is original. Okay. So they're both marked Ford. That is a 6205 and this is a 19 something. So yeah, different number. Okay, and I think this is another one of those that is original. E1NN. Yeah, I'll believe that. 19502, maybe. 195. No. Two. Okay, the last two are A's. 8, 5, 1, 2 something, maybe. Let's flip the backside and see if there's another one. Yeah, they're not matching at all. No. Okay. Let's go to the next. So this is a rod that I kind of thought was. On the backside it's just marked Ford. Yeah, this one is, yeah, completely different as well. This is one I thought was gone. Now I'm kind of wondering if someone didn't mix some caps up here, possibly. I kind of wonder if this cap isn't supposed to be with this rod. This rod or this rod. Yeah, I can't read Ford's casting number. Yeah, I think this one belongs. This one doesn't. Belongs. Maybe belongs. Maybe belongs. And different. So I think these two are out of the question. And I do have them numbered, so I don't have to worry about mixing them up. I'm just trying to do this for numbers because I am going to try and hunt up a matched set of rods. So this one's kind of interesting. It's not marked right. Well, I've got these three. And the caps all look fairly close. Let's see what the weights were. We got one. And this is why I had a hold, that's why I didn't give you numbers. So you got number 1. Four. 5. I'm pretty sure that's 5. It's the trouble, that oil you can wipe and paint, but let's just make sure. So this is 3. But it is stamped 3. 2. And 6. I really don't want to use 6. That's, he kind of had, yeah. So my numbers are looking right. But I think this is our match set. Let's just see what numbers are. Okay, so number 1, we had a rod weight of 1755. And we had a cap of 1803. And we had a full rod of 77.44. And I don't know how much I believe that 77.44. That was a hard one to get. So 4, we've got a cap of 17.5.58. And we have a rod of 59.28. Whoa, I did something wrong here. Where did I get this 17.55 from? On 7. Cap. Rod. Ball. We're going to start over. Number 1 cap. 17.55. Number 1 rod, 59.13. And all of it was 77.44. Okay. Number 4, cap of 17.58. Rod is 58.64. The overall was 77.70. Now some of these overalls are going to change because they had different nuts. And I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, and number 5 was 17.49. With a rod of 59.28 and a 77.75. Okay. Well, I'll show you all my numbers in case you really want to know. My dirty print worksheet. You can't see nothing. Gotta get you off the stand. Okay. Let's see. We gotta go like this. So I'm gonna start there. Okay. So with those numbers, we could kind of get down to these. I'm trying to get something steady so I can pull you out. Number 1, you're looking at caps. So here's the one we got to worry about. Number 2, rods. There's the one we got to worry about. And I was surprised. Those numbers actually were a lot closer than I thought. That's the whole rod. Okay. I'm going to start another one. Okay, and this one here is just to kind of show you the difference in rod caps. Or the rod end cap. And you know, for the most part, they all look pretty good. The 3 towards the vise are the ones that I'm wanting to replace. Okay, I'll flip them over. Okay, and here's where it gets scary. I'm going to go one at a time. See differences? Bolts. The caps look close. bolts. Caps look close. These two at the end, if you look, caps are completely different. And that's why I don't like this pair of rods. All right. This one I threw out because that it's got an odd mark to it. This one could be used in a pinch, but I just don't think it matches. And we'll see. I'm not going to say he's completely out of the question. If I can find 3 that match this out of another engine, and I plan on looking, I kind of plan on looking today. Plan on bringing these, my scale, and going to town. Well, with that, I think what I'm going to do is steal the nuts from these two, because I'm going to reuse, or not reuse, but put new rod bolts in. That TW is a high-hour engine, and no one knows what's in there exactly. I know this is going to screw my weights up, because, if I can get back to my other page, if you look at your nuts, the small nuts were 0.76 ounces on the pairs. The large ones were 0.96, 97. I mean, they actually ran out pretty close. But actually, you know what? No, I'm going to leave them as they are. I'm going to leave them as they are. But we're going to go try to find. I'm going to bring my sheet, and we're going to go try and find a nice match set. We're also going to go look at one of them. I don't know what's going to come of it, but yeah. So what we're looking for is rods that are heavier than these two numbers. We want those two. We want both of them heavier. So, all right. So another thing I wanted to do here while I'm kind of waiting for some responses is I want to see how good my my sealing surfaces here are. They got some stain. However, they don't appear too bad. I think it's just more stain than anything else. I just don't want to put a new seal in to wipe it out. Now, I'm not against sleeving it. I'm not against sleeving it at all. Matter of fact, I do believe in them stainless sleeves. But what I want to do is get the crud off so I can feel it. And you can normally feel it with your fingernail. Just real gently. Yeah, I think this is all more stained than. So this right here looks real bad. And it's just so. See, it's something that you guy needs to worry about as far as ordering your seal, because a lot of times you can order a seal with a replacement wear surface. But it's one of them things where a guy should know before he gets too hog wild about, because the guy might have to clearance your or grind this correct. And I don't like leaky mains, so I'm not going to chuck it up in my own lathe. I'll let a guy that is real good at it, handle it. Now I know you're supposed to do like a 45 on this, but I'm just trying to get them spots off, and we'll see what. Like I say, I think most of them are just, well, I can kind of feel that one. Some of them are disappearing right away. That's why I say I think it's mainly stains. It is going to get a full cleaning. Yeah. Well, I think that's that for now. I'm going to have to put that on my notes of things to deal with, though.